Mrs. Vaughan.
Oh, I didn't see you.
We'd like to ask you a few questions on the matter of designer babies.
Okay.
What is your opinion on the matter?
I'm for designer babies because, I mean, most people would probably want a baby as much like myself as possible. And the only way to really have a child like me is to design it. And I'm so wonderful that designer babies is really the only option to really make the best of our genes and wind up with a child that's like me.
Are you concerned about the environment being changed?
The environment being changed, no. I am somewhat concerned about maybe like an ultra species of people. Then we get like a classist society where there's
social classes.
social classes, but more like gene classes. Gene classes is not what you do with your. It's not where you go learn about denim. It's about like a caste system. But that'd be my only concern. But if we make it affordable, and maybe insurance covers it, and we get, socialized medicine, then maybe it's not a big deal.
Thank you for your opinion.
Oh, let me get back to my book.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, so are you concerned about social classes possibly being developed because of this new technologic?
Yes, because some people aren't going to be able to afford getting a designer baby or won't want one, and so those babies won't be desirable in society and therefore will be the bottom.
I'm Mrs. Smith, and I'm a local citizen and a concerned parent about designer babies.
So, Ms. Smith, how do you feel about designer babies?
I think we shouldn't do it because designer babies is not a part of technology that we should pursue. It's an extremely risky process that outweighs the possible benefits and could completely corrupt balance and take us back to medieval times when they had social classes, because some people are richer than others and they can afford the surgery, and then the poor people, they can't, and so that gives them an unfair disadvantage throughout life when we're trying to equalize our society. And this will make a comeback if we continue pursuing designer babies. This will shake our world. We will be creating an environment similar to robots with no variety or diversity, and we will all be the same. And in a country made of diversity, we're making everyone the same. What about you, Mrs. Hooper?
Ms. Hooper, what do you feel about designer babies?
I feel like we shouldn't do it because designer babies, you're putting everybody in one similar class with genes, because if one person who, say, is a doctor can do the whole designer baby thing, and then one person who, let's say, works at a fast food restaurant, and both of them want to do it, only one person can, and that doctor will be the one that can. And in a country so involved with the idea represented supposedly diversity, it will completely ruin that perspective and reputation if everyone is the same. And basically, the attractiveness will be an absolute term when everyone is the same, not to mention will skyrocket. So the price of a designer baby is way outrageous that nobody could really afford unless you're like top class. And if you're top class, then like you're in one civilized group, and then everybody else is just like, hey, I'm at the bottom and I can't do it. I don't really think it's a good thing.
How is it considered cloned, you may ask? Embryo screening is a process also known and more scientifically known as pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, or for short PGD. As technology is rapidly progressing, so is many more possibilities. So basically, in vitro fertilization creates the embryos and grown to the point where one or two cells are removed in the cell stage. A designer baby is a baby genetically engineered in vitro for specifically selected traits, which can vary from lower disease risk into gender selection. Before the advent of genetic engineering and with vitro fertilization, designer babies were primarily a science fiction concept but has changed into a developing reality.